Is it safe to drink the Texas rat poison? Yesterday on 3, Urban Meyer, who was a guest, said don't sleep on Texas this year. Man for man, roster against roster. It's hard to say that Texas doesn't have the best roster in college football right now. Then Pro Football Focus, college, retweeted and said, do you agree with Urban Meyer about his assessment of the Longhorns? Well, why is this important? Well, Texas comes to Tuscaloosa this coming season on September 9th. Remember last season, the Alabama Crimson Tide went to Austin, Texas, with the Crimson Tide winning 20-19. It was a game where Steve Sarkisian left too much time on the clock for Bryce Young, and Young managed to take the Crimson Tide down the field and kick a game-winning field goal. Steve Sarkisian, remember, he was the former offensive coordinator at the University of Alabama, helped the Crimson Tide win a title, and it was a wild game. Jace McClellan, if you rewind, had 91 yards rushing against the Longhorns in Austin. That was the game where Bryce Young somehow managed to throw the football on this play from being upside down. Remember that? And then that was the game where Dallas Turner hit Quinn Ewers, who was Texas quarterback, and he got injured that game. So there was a lot going on, but in the end, Nick Saban beats another assistant coach in a thriller 20-19. So there's a lot of hype with Texas coming to Tuscaloosa this coming season. I love this feature by On3. You can go to their roster page and look at the overall ratings for the current roster. So you have Xavier Worthy up at the top, one of the most dynamic wide receivers returning to college football. You have big Kelvin Banks, who was another 5-star. Texas also added A.D. Mitchell, so you see that the offense has a lot of firepower. And then Jatavion Sanders, who was a very dynamic tight end. Just recently during Texas's spring football game, Quinn Ewers, pictured there, number 3, Steve Sarkisian on the right. You also have Arch Manning in that quarterback room, the 5-star standout. And when we look at a snapshot of the spring game stats, you see that Quinn Ewers was 16 of 13, 195 yards with 1 touchdown. He was sacked 3 times. His new target, A.D. Mitchell from Georgia, 6 receptions, 58 yards with 1 touchdown, targeted 7 times. And Xavier Worthy had 4 receptions for 83 yards. He was also targeted 7 times. Clearly, those are going to be the weapons on the offensive side. Texas is clearly going to have to find a running back to replace Bijan Robinson. And if they can get together a defense, Texas, quite honestly, does have the makings to be one of the top college football programs this coming season. And it's up to Steve Sarkisian to tie this all together. I want to hear from you inside the comment box. Are you believing the Texas hype this coming season in 2023? Love to hear your take inside the comment box. Coming to you from beautiful Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Kyle Henderson, Bama Football on YouTube.